The Cardano Name Service platform, or CNS for short, is launching on the mainnet this coming February, and the goal is simple: to connect members of the Cardano community together by providing them a unified hub with their verified socials. Very similar to the ADA Handle standard, you'll be able to mint your own custom, one-of-one, and fully unique CNS address, which will help you to grow your Cardano social graph. And as a part of today's video, I'm going to be sitting down with Hinson, their lead developer, who's been able to provide a smart contracting solution to confirm and make sure that there's never a double mint of a particular CNS address, again, making this completely unique to you or the owner. That said, sit back and enjoy today's video. And as always, if you guys do enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and smash that thumbs up. What's up, ADA Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. My name is Fareed. As a part of today's video, I'm going to be joined by Hinson, the lead developer for CNS, or the Cardano Naming Service. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring him up, and we're going to jump into exactly what they're bringing and offering for Cardano. Hinson, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, it's morning here. I'm doing very good, and nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you for your time. You guys recently reached out about Cardano Name Service, and I want to kind of just get a better understanding of exactly what you guys are building. So typically what I'd like to do when I kick off these interviews is kind of start off with a little bit of background surrounding yourself,
Yeah,
and then we're going to
sure.
jump into, what CNS is offering. So do you mind kind of just briefly giving us your experience and how you came into blockchain and crypto?
Yeah, so I've been in the Cardano ecosystem like 2 to 3 years. It's around before we have smart contract, I jump in here and then start learning, and then start to be a freelancer on Cardano. And it's when stuff getting more serious, I start to take more serious development in several projects. So CNS is one of those. So so I'm the tech lead of Cardano Name Service. So I mostly responsible for the solution architecture and also writing the smart contract and test cases, and also to talk about some of the technical details or the general project direction of CNS. So as of CNS, we start by facing one generic problem, is that it's kind of not we kind of not having a good kind of social project that living on Cardano right now. When we talk about social, it's like with see you, let's say meet you in Cardano Summit. I want to communicate some of my crypto information or Cardano information to you, like my Cardano footprint, or maybe some of the contribution on open source projects, and a lot of different stuff related to Cardano. It's kind of difficult. And most of the time we just exchange Telegram, and it's just up to us to tell more about ourselves if you find the counter person more interesting. So this is some sort of the pain point that you and me know that we have been in the Cardano ecosystem for a lot of the time. But when we first meet, it's very difficult to communicate those information and link all my social information that I want to share with you just in one go, like my Twitter account, my Discord account, or different things. So we started off by solving that problem. So this is the product side. And as of the technical side, me and my team spend a lot of time into the research and development into solving one very difficult Cardano tech problem, which is how to mint under the same policy ID but with different token name, fully on-chain and proof guarantee. So this is kind of one of the problems that facing community since day one I've been onboarded into the Cardano. And as of 90% of the current NFT projects in Cardano, we are relying on the Mary Era NFT, which is just guarded by the private key of the project owner. And it works, but it's not good from the perspective of decentralization, because like the hotkey profile picture that you can see on my Twitter or Discord is actually the hotkey project himself could decide to mint another identical NFT out of his pocket. It's technically feasible, just a backend guarding that, making sure there's no duplications. So CNS, we solve this problem technically. Like we have the Plutus script written, who's fully on-chain, and we could scale up to millions of minting to check whether it's duplicated. So I think it's pretty good kind of technical advancement, and we are planning to share it back to the community. But yeah, the code currently is pretty messy, and I don't just want to share some messy codes right now. So if the community got the interest, we will take some time to prepare it and do some education on how we attain this. And we also got one Fund 11 proposal specifically for that, which is trying to open sourcing everything, preparing the documentations, preparing for the education sessions, and also have most of the funding allocated into helping other projects who want to employ the same technical architecture into their dApps that we are pretty happy to help. So yeah, this is a overview.
Thank you. I think you actually knocked out two birds with one stone there. You kind of gave us a little bit about your background, and then you jumped straight into what CNS, or the Cardano Name Service platform, is aiming to do. I couldn't agree with you more. Being here in crypto, a lot of my content goes on YouTube, but then I've got quite a bit of content also on X. I've also got content on Telegram, on Discord, etc. And when people are looking to get in touch with me, there's never a single or an easy way for me to go ahead and share my contact with them. So it seems like
Yeah,
with something like CNS, you guys are going to be providing a solution to aggregate all of these different contact points, right, for members within Cardano, in order to allow for them to share that with other Cardano members very simply. So there's three things that are highlighted here, right? Number one is integration with Web2 domains. Number two is going to be the aggregation of different social media accounts. And the number three is
yeah,
going to be the Web3 card. I feel like we kind
yeah.
of touched on that middle point there. Do you mind kind of maybe highlighting that first point, the integration with Web2 domains, and then potentially also that third point, the Web3 card scan, and how that particular feature might work in the future?
Uh, So just get a bit of the background is that I could say that 99% of the technical difficulty of CNS is actually onto something that user cannot feel. It is the problem that I've just described it, how to mint a kind of truly decentralized NFT of the Cardano ecosystem. This is most of the R&D that we have spent. But for the remaining 1% of the effort is actually what is our product value. Like we talk to the users, like actually for this kind of Web3 cards and integration with Web2 domains, these are pretty much very standard I would say the development or software engineering words that everyone knows, I could tell. But we build that based on the base layer of we are 100% guaranteed to the users that your CNS will be unique. So that for the other people that trying to rely your CNS NFT as a anchor, so that you could trust the source as kind of a single golden source of truth, that this person is only the one and single NFT that's ever been owned, and then you could start link your different information around that. So in our first phase of launch, we are just launching this very plain Web3 card, which is allows you to link different social platforms account or handles onto your CNS. And we are trying to kind of gradually doing the backward integrations as well, like the double verifications. We have currently implemented on Telegram. Like after you have input your Telegram handles, you actually have to go into your Telegram account to do some backward verification so that after you have done the verification, it will show you a blue text. And then so that when others are actually trying to connect you, it knows that it's actually verified. And we are also trying to do this for other platform as well. It's just depends on our users' feedback. As I've said that for most of the technical difficulty, we have already overcome that part. For the rest of it, we're just about hearing to our users to understand what we really want out of CNS, like maybe do some integration with other platforms, or some developer might want. We have keep hearing some feedback like some developer might want their open source contribution to be fetched and displayed on the CNS as well. So these are kind of the areas that we're considering. But as of now, after you have configured your social information, going back to your second points you want to talk about, after you have hit the Web3 card, it will show all of your social information on the Web3 card, and there will be a QR code shown as well. And when people scan your QR code in a mobile device, go landing into this exactly the same page, they could actually have a button that link to the Telegram, so that you could link to the CNS Telegram bot, and then the Telegram bot would record when you have met this person, and then you could start initiating talk, and also you could browse all of the social information all in one goes. So yeah, this is pretty much our kind of the very first product we bring to the community, but certainly there will be more to come.
I appreciate that breakdown of both of those points. I think for me, again, I definitely see the need for something like this. And it's interesting because I've actually seen people providing a very similar thing, which is a QR code, which at events I've been able to scan and it quickly adds their actual contact information to my phone. But it seems like this is taking it even a step further and giving you all of the different social or all of the additional platforms that you might also want to connect with a particular user. And on top of this, this is also being done on blockchain. Now, I want to go ahead and ask you a follow up question. I think a very similar sort of platform that the Cardano community is very well aware of is called ADA Handle. I'm
Yeah,
sure that you're familiar with ADA handles.
yeah,
For somebody who owns an ADA handle, you know, what would you be able to say is the difference between what ADA handle is doing and what you guys are
yeah.
providing? Again, it's not to say that, either is better than the other, but I think from an understanding
Mm,
perspective, it would be really helpful to kind of identify what the key differences between an ADA handle are and what a
yeah.
CNS NFT would provide or what the CNS protocol would provide.
Yeah, that's a question that we have got quite frequently indeed. So yeah, just a disclaimer, me myself as also a fan of Ada Handle. I've got a bunch of them indeed. So yeah, I will try to discuss about the difference between the two. So the first one is about our technical approach. So I think Ada Handle team has been figuring out another way of solving the same Cardano difficult problem that I just mentioned. But yeah, I've been noticing that is on a different approach. And I think it's good for the community to have different approaches laid out. And when we have everything open source, just the community member themselves to pick which one is the better, or it could be a case that both of us are good but in different occasions. Like for different project, when they're solving different domain specific problem, they're actually favoring a different solutions. That might be the case. So yeah, so the first difference is on the technical level is that we at our launch we have fixed the difficult problem of having the on-chain guarantee of non-duplicated token name. So this is the first thing. And then the second thing is about the project direction. So on this base layer, I think we will strive for the same feature, which is the address resolution. This is also something that we have been talking to different wallet providers, and we are going forward into integration with Yoroi wallet right now. But as of other wallets, we have been hearing the concern involving another depths as well, the ADA domains. Like we are both picking to use the .ada to be the suffix, so the wallets are actually giving us the feedback like when the users are entering the same suffix, what should they do actually? Like I have Hinson.ada from CNS, maybe you got Hinson.ada from ADA domains. When you hit Hinson.ada on eternal wallets, so how the things will go. So we are kind of stuck in this point. So that's why after much discussion, we kind of align to the direction is that we need some sort of consensus so that the CNS team has also tried to draft a CPS Cardano problem statement submitted to the Cardano Foundation, which is about the domain name resolution standard, just in case there's any colliding domain project. I could say that probably CNS is not CNS ADA domain or ADA handle. We are not the only player in the Cardano ecosystem in the futures. There'll be definitely other player going into the Cardano ecosystem, and we are serving similar domains. But in that sense, so that we are having the Cardano problem statement, and in the future we draft the Cardano improvement proposal, the SIP, in addressing this issue just for the community clarity. So yeah, and so going back to your question, on the space layer, we are doing the same address resolution, but as of the project direction, I'm not sure in the future where either domain or either handle they would want to go. But for CNS, it's definitely about social at this moment. So we will kind of going into try to go into a feedback loop with our users as about we ask our user like yourself what kind of features you would like to have on CNS, or what kind of the tiny feature improvement that you want to improve on from the Web3 card. We will spend most of our effort onto it. And also we will spend a lot of efforts into integrating other projects with CNS. Like we have been talking to different dApps or desks Like one of the potential feature that we could add to CNS is that when you connect your like you get a CNS, it will also show your kind of trading activities or record or type inside your CNS. Like you always trade some meme coin, and then there will be a kind of a medal showing up that you are the meme coin hunter on the CNS. We are trying to do this kind of integrations as well. So in the future, we want to shape CNS to be more of the social project in the Cardano ecosystem that we will just, especially for the in-person setting, we would like to share our kind of accomplishments or track record onto the Cardano ecosystem. Yeah.
Thank you, and solid response. I think one of the things that I've noticed, just kind of reviewing the documentation and some of the slides that you sent over, is the verification aspect of things, right? So while ADA Handle, at least right now, allows for you to create your ADA Handle, you can come in and plug in different Twitter links, etc. There isn't an official way, right, to actually do the verification between the ADA Handle and whatever link that you've provided there. So I think when it comes to that, that is going to be huge. And I'm sure you're well aware, on platforms like Twitter, myself as a content creator, I get a couple of fake accounts every couple of weeks or every
Yeah.
months or so, where people are trying to utilize my name, my likeness, etc. And if they're able to create an ADA handle, which is similar to mine, plug in those fake links, it becomes very hard for somebody to know whether or not that's actually legitimate. So I definitely appreciate what you guys are doing there with the verification and just the double checking, right, to make sure that before anybody can actually associate some sort of social media with an actual CNS NFT, that has to actually be verified. Now, let's maybe just kind of shift the conversation a little bit. We kind of talked about what CNS is and how you guys are basically providing value to Cardano. When can the community actually begin to get their hands on the CNS platform? And, when can we expect for things to go on mainnet?
Yeah. Actually, from the script perspective, it has been on the mainnet since we have been in the Cardano Summit. But yeah, so currently we are having some of the kind of US final testing, and originally we have the test day, the mainnet launch day decided on tomorrow, but we have just postponed it for another week. So tentatively, we are launching on the 7th of January. But yeah, if we further postpone, we will definitely keep everyone posted on Twitter. So just keep an eye on our Twitter, and you will follow up on the 7th of the February. Yeah. So sorry, I missaid that. Yeah. So you just keep an eye on our Twitter and then follow up with our launch day. But there'll be I remember at the last sync with the campaign team, we are actually having a lot of different pre-launch campaign right now, because we already got our CNS smart contract rights launcher already on the mainnet. So you could actually, if you're kind of cannot wait to test about CNS, you just go for our campaigns and we will airdrop some pre-launch to you guys. So you can start playing around CNS before our website have been officially launched. But yeah, tentatively, we have just received the messages on the February 7th of February right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. For anybody who maybe wants to just get in touch with you guys, can you provide the official website, or is there Twitter that's available for them to get in contact?
Yeah, for our Twitter handle is CNS Cardano. This is our handle. So if you kind of get in touch with any one of us, the first way is just go into our Twitter and then shoot us a DM. Or there'll be some chances that we receive too much direct messages. If you really got something serious or important you want to talk about, or something very interesting, or some big features that you want to suggest, just come into our faces. Like I've been in the Cardano ecosystem like for a while. My Twitter handle is cdan whatever, and also I've been quite active in Discord as well. You just find me anywhere and shoot me a DM. I will definitely respond to you.
Hinson, I do appreciate your time here. As we kind of get ready to close the interview down, I want to ask you, is there anything that you want to share here with the community that maybe we didn't highlight that you think could be a benefit for the community with respect to CNS?
Yep. As of CNS, in our coming focus, there'll be a lot about user feedback and integration. So the first one, we do want the community to just try to be as bold as you could, as just provide some feedback to us. Like when you try about CNS, try about the Web3 card, you just want maybe this button to be a little bit bigger or smaller, or try to reduce some of the user steps, just feel free to just share a DM to talk about that. Or if you want some other integration, let's say with, I've received some feedback on maybe integrating with ADA as well. Those kind of feedback we are kind of pretty appreciating from the community. And the second part of it is actually when you are more of a developer or project side, if you want to do some sort of integration, we are kind of keeping our doors open at all the time. Like currently we have deployed one set of smart contract just for the social handles. But you know what? The cool part of CNS is that we have that part of smart contract logic totally separated with our maintain logics. That's we could try to so that we could try to deploy those set of smart contracts separately with different projects. Like if you want to extend your records with CNS or showing some more about yeah, I don't know how to say it. Things got technical, but if you're a project you want to integrate with CNS and showing some of your project information onto CNS, we are pretty much very open to collaboration, and we will have a smart contract open source so that there will be not much development efforts. And yeah, if you find that part of integration or collaboration is interesting, just feel free to reach out us. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I caught two big things there. I think the first thing you said was just community feedback, right? For
Yeah.
anybody who tries out CNS, if you have any sort of suggestions, feedback has to improve the platform, make sure to go ahead and reach out to Hinson. And again, I'll leave the official links to their website once that goes live, as well as their Twitter down below. And then you also mentioned a potential integration or potential integrations and support for customized features for specific projects as well, right? So if a
Yeah.
project is interested in going a little bit deeper with you guys, it seems like you guys are more than open to go ahead and do that as well. Now, the very last thing I want to go ahead and post to you, right, and this is something that you mentioned earlier, was surrounding Project Catalyst. Am I correct in understanding that you guys actually have some Project Catalyst proposals out right now? And if so,
Yeah.
can you maybe explain what they're about?
Yeah. It's actually pretty simple because we do not plan to hide anything about the development or keep our smart contract closed source. So we want to open source everything. But indeed, when we talk about open sourcing, it's just not about setting our repo with visibility to be public. There are a lot of cleanups and documentation and education, because merely just making the repository public doesn't make anything happens. We want to kind of educate the community about kind of the thought process about how we could come up with the current solution of solving that difficult problem. And also we want the community could be kind of replicate our solution indeed, because we as a community, we don't want the Cardano ecosystem just have different separate groups try to solve the same problem, but try keep doing reinventing the wheels. This is something that as a kind of I would regard myself as the OG developer in the Cardano ecosystem. We don't want to see this happen. But certainly that takes some efforts. Like when we dedicate our team to do the open sourcing stuff, we will sacrifice some of our man hour to improve the features. So there's certainly some of the trade-off. But we keep it closed source right now, not because of the business perspective, but we about want to make it more organized manner to do the open sourcing. So our Fund 11 proposal, our only Fund 11 proposal, is to open sourcing CNS, just clean up the codes. There'll be around 30% to 40% of the funding is about cleaning up the code, providing documentation, hosting community sessions, education sessions, and yeah, this kind of stuff. But for the remaining 60%, we are actually just allocating into assisting other projects to implement the same solutions. Like if you got another NFT project, or you got any other DeFi or similar projects that you want to employ the same solutions, then our team could actually help you. But we don't want to make it kind of volunteer. So we have the Fund 11 proposal to cover that part of extra work from our project scope. So that's it. We just want to share our knowledge to the community, and this is our sole kind of goal of the Fund 11 proposal.
I appreciate that, Hinson. I'll go and leave the link to the proposal down below as well for the viewers if they're interested in checking that out. Again, just kind of briefly recapping, it sounds like there's going to be two
Yeah.
focuses for the actual proposal. Number one is to open source the code, obviously after cleaning it up and making it publicly available. You made a really good point there that, in this space, yes, it's okay to have closed source solutions, but whenever possible, I think open sourcing and allowing for future developers to be able to leverage all of your hard work always makes more sense, as opposed to, as you mentioned, having everybody trying to rebuild the wheel, spending time, building something that somebody else may have already done with a closed source solution. So I can definitely get behind that. The second thing you mentioned was some of the funds possibly going towards integrations, right? So as you mentioned earlier, you know, you guys want to grow, expand, and get adopted. And it costs time and it also costs money to work hand in hand with projects. I believe you already mentioned you guys integrating with Yoroi, but I can imagine seeing you guys integrating with Nami, Typhon, DeFi protocols, gaming platforms, basically any project on Cardano that wants to leverage what you guys are offering to the community. So it sounds like, again, the proposal will be going towards open sourcing and then providing funds for you guys to integrate with future partners as you guys
Yeah.
begin to grow.
I want to clarify one point as of the integration, it could be related or not related to CNS. It's more about the technical solution itself. If you want to use that part of technical solution, it could be nothing to do with CNS indeed. We just want to share the knowledge to the community. We want to employ the same technical kind of solution. We spend 3 to 6 months just to find out the solution. We don't want other projects to spend the same time into just R&D one, yeah, the same solution over and over again. So it could be related to CNS integration or totally entirely different, but you want to get some helps into, yeah, employing the smart contract solution that we have developed. We are also happy to help. So this is for the community, the proposal. Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification there, Hinson. I believe that will do it for us here. We've been going for about 25 minutes. I do definitely look forward to either having you here or just providing my community with more tutorials and information surrounding CNS on February 7th once everything goes live and becomes publicly available for the community. That said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to find out more about CNS, again, make sure to go ahead and check out the description down below. Their goal is to create a seamless way to engage and interact and just connect with community members here in the growing Cardano space. Hinson, again, lead developer, I want to thank you here for your time. I definitely do appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen watching at home, if you guys found today's interview to be helpful, please make sure to go ahead and smash that thumbs up. It really does help here with the YouTube algorithm. If it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central and you want more content like this with all the builders here contributing to Cardano, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions for myself or Hinson surrounding CNS or their smart contract solution, right, or even just about their funding round 11 proposal, then please make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, as always, we'll catch you guys in the next video.